Yo, what's up to all my bi teammates and cheerleaders out there showing us love? It's your boy here, the American BiGuy, your advocate for justice and your activist for the bi community. This week on the series, I want to come to you guys pretty much straight and kind of go to war on some things because I realize there's a lot of communities out there not talking to one another. You don't have the B talking to the L, you ain't got the gays talking to the trans, you ain't got the trans talking to the Qs, you ain't got the straight people talking to any of that, and you ain't got the Christians out there reaching out at all. So I really want to talk about some things that are bothering me, that I feel are very truthful and that people aren't really saying. So let's dig into it. Lil Nas X song Montero. Great song. Song is about 2 minutes long. Nothing short of what you would expect from Lil Nas X. The song, obviously, if you haven't heard it, go listen to it. The video is a part that's really gotten a lot of people uproar. There's some legal challenges behind it with, his trademark infringements on Nike using the shoes to make some shoes with blood in it. We'll pull that part aside because I feel as though his lawyers should have really directed him and he could have avoided all of that. But I will say that personally, Lil Nas X and his song Montero is a good song, but people are upset because of two things. Because he's black and he's gay. That's the real reason why. Because at this point right now, he's gotten so much publicity from his song. There's been so much uproar. I don't see any celebrities coming to his defense. I've seen some of his crew, his followers. I've seen people attacking him. You got the Christians getting up there giving sermons now about it. We've all seen it before as far as like people making songs about the devil or doing something in relation to Satan or what have you. But people are really mad because he's a black man and he's a gay man. Lil Nas X is a brilliant genius. I think he is, quite frankly. I was kind of skeptical about some things that he released before, but I will say, not his music, but just some things that he was saying. But I realized that he's a marketing genius. And not only that, I will say that people are mad at him because he's black and gay, but where are the celebrities that sing about this? Where's Lady Gaga, who's talking about you're born this way? Where's Madonna? Where are all these celebrities, Katy Perry, who think about bisexuality, being gay? This dude has been out there on his own, and he's went through hip hop. He's done little country songs. He got a Grammy for that, I think, or something like that. I don't know. He got some sort of award. Lil Nas X is doing a lot for a black man of his age, and he's gay. I have never seen anybody go into hip-hop and come out as gay and maintain their career in hip-hop. So that in itself is worth giving recognition. Not only that, I think that as a black man, when you get a platform and you start screaming too loud, you got people coming against you. And I think that that's what's happening with Lil Nas X, is that people, especially you black Christians out there, you're angry because he's a black man. And you can talk about the image of a black man, the black community, blah, blah, blah. We can talk about, people there saying, oh, I don't support the devil, what have you. You got people online telling us, you're going to stop disrespecting my God like that. That's the first thing I want to talk about. As far as Christians. Now, I'm somebody that falls in the category of a Christian. I do not believe all the religious doctrine that they shove down your throat, because at the end of the day, all you can ever be is human. And I have much peace with who I am with the Creator, because I know that I'm me and I was born to be who I am. So I'm gonna live in my truth. But you got a lot of Christians out there coming down on the dude. The black community really, I will speak for the black community. We really don't like anything to do with the devil, quite frankly. Me personally, I don't care who you are. You can be Muslim, Buddhist, Christian, Satanist, whatever. I accept you for who you are. Because if I accept you that way, I like to imagine that the Creator and the God that I serve accepts you for who you are. But as far as Lil Nas X is concerned and his song, it's a song, okay? He raised a very interesting point in his song. People preaching that they're going to go to hell. The same people say that they're preaching go to hell. Well, I'm going to see you down there eating crab legs because you're doing a lot of things the Bible preaches against. As I said before, and I will always say it again, you'll hear me say it millions of times, time and time again. What was okay in 1502 was not okay in 1602, and so forth. Times change. Things change. And you oftentimes have people who are just willing to break that tradition of whatever lies are put out there, about not being loved or what your life must look like. And that's what the dude is doing. He's making fun of it in a way, and I'm gonna be honest with you, he did it in a very interesting, provocative way. That brings us to my next point, the LGBTQ community. Lil Nas X, you are part of that, obviously being a black gay man. But the racism, and I told you guys I was going to talk about it, the racism in the LGBTQ community is severe. Just do yourself a favor. Go online, look at the number of likes that white gay guys get compared to black gay guys. Look at that piece. Look at the number of likes. you'll see white guys with 20, 30,000 likes. Black guy who's built like a Greek statue sitting there with like 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. Nowhere near the white guy, who has a nice butt, right? Yo, look at my booty, it looks good, boom, 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 boom. Meanwhile, black dude over here carrying cake since he was younger, and he doesn't get as many likes. So what does that say about the LGBTQ community? The racism in the LGBTQ community is severe. You don't have anybody out there calling it out because, as I said before, you're not going to have somebody out there trying to lose their job, somebody out there trying to be, the poster child for gay bashing. No, but the LGBTQ community is messed up. Lady Gaga can get on stage and she can sing about Born This Way and everything in between, because she can walk around in a meat dress for all, and people up here loving it. Give her meat dress and her meat purse to share on stage at an award ceremony, and people are like, yeah, we love her. But Lil Nas X, I don't see any support coming from the LGBTQ community. We're all the gays with the, the posters who like to, brag about, oh yeah, gay rights. Why aren't they coming to his defense? Why does it feel like Lil Nas X does not have a support that some gay white person or somebody who's an ally of the gay community can get? Because he's black. And the gay community doesn't really like black people. Straight people, I'm talking to you. You wouldn't know about this because you're straight. You're not gonna know how racist and messed up the gay community is. You'll hear things about it. You may put on a pride flag. You may carry one. You may show your support or another, have a gay friend here and there. But quite frankly, you don't know how messed up the community is. And as I mentioned before in my last video, the gay community is a great thing for being a symbol. But when you peel back that symbol, you learn real quick that if you are not white and gay, you are secondary. Going back again, and I'm just speaking for America. I don't know how it is in Europe. I don't know how it is in other countries with LGBTQ community. But here in America, okay, in these 50 states, if you are black and you are gay, and even if you are Hispanic, you run into a lot of racism. And I think that Lil Nas X is suffering from that because his song was, quite honestly, it was pretty damn good. And you know how I know it was good? Because I thought it was good. But not only that, I'm an American bi guy. I have a number of bi teammates, men that you would never, I'm never going to disclose their identity, but they will tell me their opinion. They'll be like, yo, bro, real stuff, that was a pretty cool video. Some guys was even telling me, I know one teammate was like, bro, that was a pretty hot video. I was kind of mildly aroused. That's the other piece to Lil Nas X. The video was hot. And I'm be honest with you, I thought the way he was dancing on the devil was pretty damn provocative itself. Okay, it was pretty damn good. I was like, hey, bro, you doing your thing. Like, hey, I see it. That's the next piece. If the gay community could really get over, what it is as far as like all the racism and hate, and it's very strong because a lot of you guys know about RuPaul's Drag Race, and straight people talking to you, you may not know about RuPaul's Drag Race, but it's a pretty big part of the drag community. RuPaul, wonderful. RuPaul did her thing, and still doing her thing. However, at the beginning of that series, there was a lot of talk about, well, RuPaul is only picking, black people to be winners of Drag Race. That was a piece that came out of it. Kind of died down, maybe stayed in the sub-community, but that was a major part of RuPaul's Drag Race in the beginning. And then, it kind of changed up. The conversation kind of died down. But racism is a big part of it. It's a big part of America, and it's also a big part of the gay community. The gay community will tell you off the back straight. And look at it like this. There's a show called like Queer Eye for the Straight Guy or something like that. I know some straight guys. I know some of my teammates who like the show. The theory is that if a gay guy says you're attractive or gay guys have good taste, then as a straight person or somebody who doesn't identify as, gay, you're like, well, hell, I must got it together, right? I guess I'll listen to them because they got good taste, or I must be attractive because they say I'm attractive. Now, here's the catch about that theory. The same thing that they're trying to get rid of, right, is as far as like, okay, I'm gay, you're straight, be my friend. Then they want to kind of force you down this place of like, don't call me he. We need to get rid of pronouns. We need to get rid of she. We need to get rid of they. Now, here is my disclaimer, and it's 100% true. If you tell me you are he or she, I will call you however you want to be called by the name 100%, and I will tell other people to do it, and I respect you and I love you for that. I do. However, as far as the use of pronouns are concerned, and that whole movement behind that, because we have all this traffic moving behind, pronouns, straight people aren't going to sit up here and be like, this makes me uncomfortable. Because once again, they don't want to be the poster child, right? They don't want to sit up there and be fired and blasted. However, I'm a bi man, and I personally agree with that thinking, that piece, that school of thought. If you want to do it, go for it. It's not my place to take that from you. However, I also feel like it's my right to feel the way I feel about it too. I love you and you can do your thing, but if I'm using a pronoun, you shouldn't even be around. Let's be real here. You shouldn't even be around. If I'm using a pronoun, you should not be around. If I'm referring to you, or he or she, you shouldn't be around. I will call you your name, whatever. I'll call you your name. That's fine. I respect you as such. But as far as how it goes with the pronoun thing, you got people sitting up here, you got apps adding it on saying, you call by they, them, this. That's a hard thing to do. Okay, yeah, at that point you are trying to, get into people's brains and have them erase the way they speak English because you want to promote your cause. Meanwhile, there's no support for the bi community. Meanwhile, there's no support there. Well, the support for the trans community is only recent, right? Meanwhile, that's what I'm saying. Like, the gay community has a lot of issues and nobody's trying to address them. But they will jump on a cause in a heartbeat. They'll jump on somebody, like Lady Gaga singing a song or Madonna or anybody else, in a heartbeat. But if you're minority, you're secondary, Or they'll tell you, straight people, I'm telling you right now, they will tell you, hey, I don't like blacks. I'm not attracted to blacks. They'll tell you, I'm not attracted to Latin people. Or, you have black people doing the same thing. Oh, I don't want no white people. I don't like no white people. Ew, that's not. You have so much discrimination in that community. It is just appalling. And nobody's calling it out. And it's amazing to me, because I would talk to a lot of my teammates, and I would try to, understand, where they're coming from, and we would connect, and I would tell them, they would ask me, should they go to the gay community? And I'm like, you gotta be forewarned, because they have no idea what it is. And there's a lot of young people out there who are gay who will end up in the community, and they will also come to be shocked to know that it's not peace, love, and rainbows like it's always projected. It is a very, very dark place. And I think that is where some Christians feel like they have leeway, which they completely don't. Because if you're gay, that's who you are. You are born to be that way. I always say, if your favorite food is asparagus, that's because you were born with that as your favorite food. Same thing when it comes to being gay, lesbian, trans, that's who you are. That is part of your identity. And I love that. And if you're bi, that is part of who you are. However, the Christians will reach out and they'll turn around and say, oh, that's why the community is so dark, because God doesn't like gay people and blah, 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 and all these lies and rhetoric. And many of the people preaching it, which we all know the truth, those are the main ones sitting up there sliding into the same-sex DMs, the main ones hiding their sexuality, the main ones living a lie. Okay, because if somebody likes apricots and I don't like apricots, I don't give a damn. I'm not going to be sitting up here telling them, you're going to go to hell eating apricots. You ain't got nothing to do with me. Hell, that's one less fruit I ain't got to worry about. So what I'm saying is that you are who you are, but I think that the gay community really needs some sort of like talking to, or some sort of work, because they know it's a problem because they added that black and that brown stripe to the flag. My next piece would be that even in being the gay community, I think that we need to understand the fact that it's not welcoming for bi people. And if you opened your doors, I said before, you would get a lot of attractive people joining your team. The same thing you're trying to eradicate, he, she, or masculinity, or saying it's too much, gay people will come back and say, I don't like you, you're too feminine. I don't like you, you're not manly enough for me, but yet and still they want to erase things like, pronouns like he and she, those definitive concepts of male and female. And I'm not talking about bathrooms, I'm talking about just pronouns, and I'm talking about masculinity and femininity. The gay guys will turn each other away, block you, not talk to you, call you out, act like you don't matter if you're not masculine enough. So the same movement, the same community that supports getting rid of pronouns is the same community that will not date you because you're not masculine enough. That you're not, for real. Same thing. And it comes into play, with lesbians too. Oh, well, she's a lipstick lesbian. Oh, she's a stud, But yet and still, we have to erase pronouns. total disregard for people that are okay with using pronouns, right? Just as long as they get their message across. Well, okay, get your message across. More power to you, right? That's what you want to do. But also, don't silence somebody else, like the bi community. Don't come along and then act like you're all social peace and you got some serious racism issues that you're dealing with. I look at like what you consider to be beautiful, right? It's a whole separate thing if you're black and gay and if you are white and gay. Hispanics are kind of in between, depending on the region of the country you're in. Because sometimes Hispanic guys can sometimes, get over a little bit, sliding into like the white world. And then sometimes you got some white ones like, no, oh no, I wouldn't dare. I wouldn't dare. So that's pretty much what I have for you guys this week. And I'll see you guys next time on the American BiGuy series.